6 months ago, I told myself that I'd had enough of self-doubting, holding myself back, and living my life on an automatic mode. I wanted to build my side hustle. I wanted to build an unshakable amount of confidence, and I also wanted to expand my community and become the best and highest version of myself. And here's what has happened so far. I started not one but 2 new ventures. Very excited. I am building my confidence, getting better at it through workouts, taking care of my health, studying new things, reading books. I have expanded my community, and I feel so welcome to be a part of a community that I entered through my ventures. I do feel really grounded, and I feel like I am more aligned with what my vision for my life is. And here are the 5 habits that made everything possible. Don't let fear hold you back. It could be fear of failing, fear of being the center of attention, or fear of just trying something new. For me, it was fear of failing, and not just fear of failing, but fear of failing in front of people I knew, which kind of held me back from a lot of opportunities. It made me feel like I was not enough to pull an outfit off, or I was not enough to speak my mind in a conversation, or just not feel enough to be present in a room, because of which I missed out of so many opportunities growing up because I was just scared of looking dumb or looking silly or being judged by people that I knew. And the worst thing was, I was my own biggest hater. No one in the room had the capacity or the time to sit and judge me. The truth is, I was judging myself, which made me feel like I was just not enough. But here's the thing, despite all of these fears of judgment or fears of failing, if you don't try, you won't get anywhere at all. I heard this somewhere, but the fear of not achieving your goals should be bigger than fear of being judged or fear of failing. This may sound cliche or a mantra more than a habit. Whenever you feel like you are scared of being judged or scared of failing, just repeat it to yourself. If I do this, then I can get closer to my goal. And genuinely, this mantra has helped me get through a lot. I always said, if I can do this, I can get closer to my goal. This doesn't mean that you don't have to feel scared or you won't feel scared. No, you will. The sad truth is, we all feel scared, lonely, nervous, scared of feeling judged, but you have to do it despite all of these emotions. These actions help you build resilience and help strengthen your brain. So next time when you're facing any fearful situation, you will be the most confident person to take the leap of faith. Do it and see the results for yourself. And the more confident you get to face your fears, the less disappointed you will be, and the bigger your confidence will grow. And you won't be stuck in a loop of wanting to do something, feeling scared of judgment or fear of failure, and not ending up doing the said thing, then feeling disappointed because you couldn't do that thing, and thus lowering your confidence will negatively impact you. So it's always better to take the leap of faith. Do it despite the fear, despite the nervousness. So next time when you're presented with an opportunity to take that leap of faith, you will be the first most confident person in the room to do that, and that definitely gives you a boost of even more confidence. We've all had at some point in time suffered through peer pressure, and I'm not talking about bullying or doing something like outrageous, but more like something where you did not or could not say no. And this could be due to various reasons, like maybe you don't want to hurt their feelings, or maybe you don't want to be the odd man out in the group, or you just don't know how to say no. And it doesn't have to be anything big. It could be just something like going to a fancy restaurant with your friends, especially knowing when your pocket cannot afford it, but you cannot say no because then you will be the party pooper, or you are the one who cannot afford or stand out from your group. And trust me, saying no on the spot can be difficult. Same for me, because you can look at their expressions and like interpret things and change your mind from no to maybe and then eventually yes. But if you create a pre-planned exit before you even meet those people, it becomes easier for your mind to say no. You can create some pre-planned exit strategies or if-then statements. So for example, it's a Sunday night and your friends are asking you to go to a club, and you you know that you want to get up early in the morning the next day to go to work, and you cannot afford staying up late, spending a few $100s, and waking up the next day with a really bad hangover. If my friend asks me to go to a club, then I will say no, because I have to work the next day. If your brain is just as determined before you even encounter that situation, it becomes easier to say no to the opportunity that someone else presents, and if you're not interested in that. And I'm not saying that you have to ditch your friends all the time. It's more for you. It's based on your priorities. Whenever you want to say no, you can have some exit strategies planned. And then we come to habit stacking. Most of us have been in a situation where we dive into all of the habits at once, realize how unrealistic it is, get exhausted, and then drop everything at once. I, for the longest time, wanted to do everything but ended up doing nothing because it was just too much, and one person cannot do hundreds of things in one day. So the easiest way to help your brain get used to a habit is by doing one habit at a time, at least for 90 days consistently, till you're comfortable doing it and it becomes your second nature. For me, when I started working on my habits, I was building my business, I was doing a second job, I was going to the gym, so on and so forth. But it was just too much, so I dropped literally everything, and then I focused only on gym. And for the first 3 weeks it was brutal. I did not want to go to the gym. It was too claustrophobic. I wanted to be at the beach or in the mountains or literally anywhere but there. But the next 3 weeks I was like, no, if I wanted to incorporate something good for my body, I had to do this. Then for 3 days a week, for the next 3 weeks, I stuck to the plan, and now going to the gym is like going to work for me. I might not look forward to work, but I do look forward to going to my gym. And now I also wanted to study a language, so I was like, okay, now that I have become so comfortable with working out, I'm going to add one more habit on top of it. Point being, it's always easier to start and master one habit, then add a new habit on top of it, so you stay consistent and you build confidence by staying consistent with one, then two, and then three, and then more habits. While we are on the topic of habits, I also wanted to add that it's difficult to stick to a plan. It is 100% difficult to build a new habit from scratch. But one thing that has helped me is trying to reduce friction. It sounds very simple, but sometimes it can be so difficult. I remember when I was just starting my fitness journey, I would come home, I would have a goal of doing some crunches, doing some sit-ups, all of those things. But by the time I came home from work, I would be tired, and as soon as I saw my bed, I would think of nothing but either taking a nap or going straight to sleep. So what helped me was actually finding a gym right next to my work, or like 5-6 minutes away from my then job. And it became so helpful because since the gym was only like 5 minutes away, I did not have to go home, because travel in itself took a lot of energy. It was like an hours worth of travel, so it took a lot of energy. So since I was already there and I was still quite energetic, I could go to gym without feeling tired and still with a lot of energy. So when you're planning your habits, do these 3 things. First of all, start with one habit at a time. Keep it simple. Once you've mastered it, add the next habit. I would say give your first habit somewhere around 90 days. Second, remove all of the friction, or keep the friction of decision making to a minimum. If you're building your habits now, or if you're planning your habits, I would say do these 3 things. First, stack your habits one habit at a time. I would say give one habit 90 days so you become comfortable with it, and then add the second habit on top. Second, remove as much decision-making friction as possible. Give your brain less time to decide between whether you want to go to the gym or not, or to decide between whether you want to study today or not, or whether you want to work on your business or not. The only answer should be yes. And if you find yourself going towards no for the day, then see why that friction is coming up. See what is making you tired and try to remove the reason of tiredness or try to work around it. And then the third thing would be stop overthinking it. Like, sometimes our brains just get so many thoughts about one thing that even if the thought is positive, we somehow end up making negative. Which leads me actually to the next topic. Overthinking can ruin your execution. I had done a great job eliminating my fears, working on my confidence, building habits, but I suffered from overthinking. And not overthinking in a sense like what people would say, but overthinking in a sense of trying to make my routines as perfect as possible. I used to work in a supplement company, which naturally meant that I was surrounded by a lot of facts and marketing about how supplements can change your life, make you age more gracefully, give you energy, give you skin benefits, so on and so forth. So naturally, when I turned 25, I decided that it was time to not only take care of my skin or appearance, but also take care of my skin health and my body health. So I started researching all of the supplements or all of the things that I can do to give me a little boost in energy, help my body fight aging, or help my body age slowly and gracefully. So even if I wanted a basic simple routine, and I still got dragged into a rabbit hole of research and positives and negatives of each of the supplements. And when I finally thought that I found a perfect routine that suits my requirement, when the next day I suddenly find that this ingredient might be actually harmful if combined with X and Y, or a specific supplement should only be consumed in a Z form. All of this information had me spiraling again to a point that I was just like, maybe it's not for me. When in reality, I only wanted 3 basic things: a good protein powder, a good collagen, and some B12. 3 simple things, but overthinking everything delayed me actually getting those supplements in hands. And the thing is, overthinking does not come out as some dramatic fear. Sometimes it can look like researching too much and feeling productive, but genuinely that productiveness does not lead into any action or any measurable result. To be honest, I also went down the natural alternative route. So when I was looking for collagen, I came across several ways of making collagen boosting supplements on your own. I know, like, chicken bone broth is good for collagen production, but I do not have enough time to slow simmer chicken bones in a pot every 2 weeks. I did try it once though, had it for a few days, and after that I never did anything. And trust me, I wasted 4 months trying to find the best match. So I just went with the store-bought marine collagen, which honestly has same level of additives as any bone broth that I would be buying from the store, because at least it's saving me time and I can read the ingredients. So I picked a routine and I picked a few things that I can stick to consistently and build my routine around. Because the magic is not in a perfect routine, but it's in the one that you can stick with consistently and you follow. I heard this phrase somewhere and immediately related to it. The reason being, I think I was unknowingly following it as a kid. The phrase is, eat your frog first. I know, sounds gross, but bear with me. As a kid, my mom would serve me food. She would always have something on the plate that I would love, and then she would serve me the veggies, the rice, and all of those things. So what I would do as a child was I would eat all the veggies up first, because I absolutely hated them and I still hate them, and save, say, chicken nuggets for the last. That would avoid the lingering aftertaste of the veggies, so I did not feel icky. And eat your frog first is essentially the same thing. It's actually asking you to do the most dreaded tasks, like replying to that angry customer right away, so it does not loom over your head like a dark cloud, and frees up some mental space to help you do the rest of the things quickly and easily. So, knowing yourself is the key in transforming from lazy and insecure to confident and disciplined. It starts with listening to your body, it starts with listening to your heart and brain, and aligning everything in your life in a way that makes sense to you. It's about building habits that serve you, like eating your frog first, so you get rid of the heavy, difficult tasks right away, so you don't procrastinate and burn all of your energy in distracting yourself from doing the most important thing, and then doing the most important things in a really rushed manner, which kind of hampers the quality of the given task. We do not want that. We want you to do things that are effective, that are quality. It also means that creating simple routines that help you build discipline in your life, that helps you feel more in control of your actions, more in control of your thoughts, your actions, your habits, your skills, everything. It's also about building simple routines that help you feel disciplined, more in control of your life, which results in more confidence. It's about overcoming your fear of failure by pushing through discomfort. It's about sticking to a simple routine without overcomplicating it, so you become more disciplined and more in control of your thoughts and actions, which gives you a little more confidence to show up in your life and using exit strategies whenever you feel like saying no. And saying no with confidence is a skill in itself, and exit strategies can help you feel more confident in saying no. And all in all, it's about building a better, stronger, and higher version of yourself by executing a plan that feels the most right to you, that is sustainable for you, and something that you can stick to consistently. Each small, consistent action builds the confidence to take bigger steps, and over time, change your life. I have a video right here that helps you master discipline. Click on the card to learn more.